Good morning, St. Francis. It is Thursday, March the 18th, 2021. It is Thursday of the fourth week of Lent. It is the 26th day of Lent. Coming to you once again from the Columbarium, our church steeple. Where is our church steeple? Just right over there. There it is. Our church steeple right over there. The glorious Carolina Pines right over here behind me. And it is going to be a stormy day. So the storms that were in the deep south have been moving up. Probably not be as bad for us here in Raleigh as it might have been, but we still pray for all those people in Alabama and in Georgia who have experienced the tornadoes and the destruction that the tornadoes brought yesterday. So may everybody be safe today. Today's gospel is and the first reading again open up another sort of insight, to our relationship with God, which is really what Lent again is about, is opening up that relationship, or opening up the insights to our relationship with God, and really what it's all about. Despite what sometimes we ourselves think it is. And the reason why we need this clarity is because we often turn God into something that God is not, or we turn holy men and women into people that they are not supposed to be. And the one who tells us that all of this is not the way it's supposed to be is God, is Jesus. And so we should probably listen to this reality, this truth, to be able to get it right. And so today, God is angry again at the Israelites in Exodus because they have made the golden calf, and he wants to destroy them. Again, this God who seems very puzzling and odd and frightening, wipe away everybody once again, the same way he did with the flood and saving Noah and what have you. A God who wants to destroy his toys when his toys don't work the way that he wants them to. But then Moses intervenes. And Moses basically reasons with God in a very logical way. Would the Egyptians basically say that this God took these people out into the desert just to destroy them because this God is nuts? And God relents because God doesn't want that kind of reputation. Nobody wants that kind of reputation. So God basically Moses works to save Israel from God's anger because Israel, again, is being stupid and worshiping that golden calf. There will be other punishments, unfortunately, for Israel if you read Exodus a little bit more. But at least God will not necessarily be the one to destroy them. And so Moses intervenes. In John's gospel, again, what we are getting more is an apologia, a defense by Jesus to Jewish leadership, Pharisees, scribes, Sadducees, what have you, about who and what he is, what he has come to do, and why they should believe in him. And it is in that defense that Jesus gives that basically the self-condemnation, not Jesus's or God's condemnation, but the self-condemnation of Jewish leadership is laid bare, is revealed for all. And that is because, again, Jewish leadership thinks, again, that it has every answer to every question. And as Jesus says, you search the scriptures high and low, but you don't read them correctly. And you miss what Moses had to say about everything. Now, that is key, because in understanding, again, Moses' intervention with God in Exodus, and why Jesus holds up Moses as one who understood God better than anybody else, is because Moses was not a priest. Moses was not part of the Jewish leadership. Moses was not, somebody, again, who laid down law. He was given law to give people by God, and that was about it. Moses was, yes, a leader in one way. Yes, he is heroic in another way, but he was not of that priestly class that made him a quote-unquote holy man. And that is the problem, is that the Pharisees and scribes see themselves as holy men. And because they are holy men, everything they have to say about God has to be right, has to be the only way to look at it, has to be the only way to understand it. When in truth, they are very wrong and very misled. Again, in our own understanding at times as being believers in this world, we always want to look to a holy person as the one who is able to define for us and help us to see great and clearly who and what God is. And sometimes that holy person doesn't have all the answers, nor do they know what they're talking about. God chooses each one of us to help each other realize who and what God is. That is what baptism gives us. That is the great privilege baptism gives us, of being able to understand who God is in some way and be able to share that understanding with one another. Lent is another time to retrieve and embrace that understanding of our purpose and of our responsibility to each other, to open up the ways of God to each other. May that always be our cause. May that always be our work in this world. And may the Lord give you peace.